Have you ever looked around at your life and felt like you're stuck in a loop? You fall in love, only to end up hurt by the same type of person. You try to change, but always crash back into old habits. You promise yourself that this time will be different, yet somehow it never is. It's easy to attribute it to bad luck, to blame others, or to tell yourself, maybe I'm just not meant for more. But Carl Jung identified something deeper, something that modern psychology often overlooks. He observed that the patterns in your life aren't random. They are reflections of what remains unresolved within you, influenced by unconscious forces that guide your behavior until you learn to see them. He famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This quote is not just poetic, it is the key to your liberation. The truth is, you are not broken, you are simply living on repeat. However, the tape that's playing isn't yours. It was recorded long ago, shaped by pain you didn't process, beliefs you never chose, and emotions you were taught to hide. Until you pause that loop and dare to listen to what it is truly saying, you will stay trapped. So today, we're not chasing positivity. We're not here for hacks, tips, or easy answers. We're going inward, because the only way out is through. Jung believed that within every person is a shadow, a hidden self composed of all the parts of us that we've rejected, repressed, or tried to forget. Think of every time you were told, "Don't cry, don't be angry, be strong," or "Don't be too much." Where did all those parts of you go? They didn't disappear, they went underground, into the unconscious. From there, they began to shape your life in ways you couldn't see. That's why you lash out unexpectedly, attract people who treat you as you secretly treat yourself, and run from things that could actually heal you. The shadow is not evil, it is wounded. It represents the child in you that never got to speak, the teenager who had to hide, and the adult who pretended everything was fine just to survive. The longer you avoid your shadow, the louder it screams, showing up in your reactions, addictions, relationships, and the way you sabotage things just as they begin to feel good. The shadow doesn't need to be destroyed, it needs to be seen. Jung believed that only by turning toward it, not away, can we become whole. Perhaps you've noticed the pattern. You keep ending up in the same kind of job, with the same type of boss, or the same kind of partner, feeling disappointed no matter how much you achieve. This isn't fate, it's a mirror. Until you understand what it's reflecting back to you, it will feel as if life is happening to you instead of through you. Jung described this phenomenon as repetition, compulsion, a deep unconscious urge to repeat old emotional wounds in new situations in the hope of finally resolving them. But you can't fix what you don't face, and you can't escape a pattern by running from the part of you that keeps creating it. Jung also spoke of archetypes, universal characters that exist within all of us. They function like inner scripts inherited from human history, shaping our desires, fears, and decisions. You might think you're making free choices, but are you really? If you feel an overwhelming need to be the hero, saving others even at the cost of yourself, you might be possessed by the hero archetype. If you crave approval or fear rejection to the point of betraying your own needs, you may be stuck in the wounded child. And if you find yourself unconsciously seeking chaos, betrayal, or pain, you're likely being influenced by the shadow archetype, not just your own, but humanity's. Jung did not believe these archetypes were inherently bad. He thought they were necessary, but only if we recognize them. Only when you become conscious of which story you're playing out can you begin to rewrite it. Otherwise, you're not the author of your life. You're merely an actor reading a script you never knew you were handed. So, what is the way out? It isn't about pretending to be more positive, faking confidence, or discussing healing while avoiding your truth. The path Jung proposed is something much harder and far more authentic. He called it individuation. Individuation is the lifelong journey of becoming who you truly are, not who the world told you to be. It's about integrating all your parts, light and shadow, strength and weakness, love and rage, hope and heartbreak. It takes courage to strip away the persona, the mask you wear for the world, and face what lies underneath. That process is messy and painful. It breaks illusions and shatters comfort. But on the other side lies true freedom, not the superficial freedom of doing whatever you want, but the profound freedom of being who you are fully, fearlessly, and without apology. Most people seek comfort rather than change, control, instead of confrontation and validation over truth. But you're still here. That means there is something within you that is ready to stop blaming others, ready to stop repeating pain, ready to stop calling your unconscious habits fate. Carl Jung didn't offer shortcuts. He provided a mirror. If you've caught even a glimpse of your reflection in today's video, then you've already begun your journey. Now, it's up to you to continue moving forward. Write down the patterns you keep repeating. Ask yourself, what part of me is recreating this? What does it want me to see? Sit with your dreams, not as mere nonsense, but as messages, symbolic language from your soul. And above all, listen to the discomfort, to the anger, to the sadness, to the longing. Because behind every emotion is a part of you that's been waiting to be heard. If this video stirred something within you, don't ignore it. That discomfort you feel is not bad. It's the beginning of becoming whole, breaking the cycle, and finally being free. Subscribe to Fulfilled Lyfe for more guidance, more mirrors, and more of what your soul is yearning for.